He was already dead when I walked in. The room smelled of sea salt and spent electricity, the kind that lingers after a silenced shot. Curtains half drawn, a record still spinning, whispering a tune no one would ever finish. We'd rehearsed this moment for months, but reality doesn't follow rehearsal. The body on the carpet wasn't just a man, it was a lifetime of consequences exhaling one last time. Somewhere outside, a taxi engine coughed. A couple laughed, too close, too normal. I checked the pulse anyway, though I didn't need to. Command had wanted confirmation, not compassion. And as I stared down at the architect of so many deaths, the truth slipped quietly through my head. There's no victory in precision, only absence. I called it in, target neutralized. And for a long second I listened to my own voice, detached, almost foreign. It started long before Tunis, back in Tel Aviv, in a windowless room where the air never moved. They laid his crimes out like evidence, buses burned, families torn apart, names crossed off in blood. He'd vanished into exile, surrounded by diplomats and sea breezes, believing distance meant safety. The more we mapped his routine, the less human he became. He wasn't a man anymore, just a sequence of coordinates. When Command greenlit the operation, no one celebrated. We just exhaled, quietly, as if admitting relief was a kind of guilt. Tunis was too calm for what we were about to do. The sea smelled of citrus and diesel, the kind of mix that hides tension under sunlight. We moved through the streets as tourists, sunglasses, smiles, borrowed accents. I was paired with Yael, my wife. We held hands when people looked. When they didn't, our fingers were weapons. The days blurred into surveillance. He jogged every morning, slow, confident. He'd wave at the same neighbor, feed the same stray cats. Each routine made him mortal again, and that was the danger. There's something corrosive about proximity. Watching a man long enough, you start to feel the rhythm of his life inside your own. I caught myself timing my breath with his. That was when I stopped sleeping. The closer we got, the less it felt like duty. It felt like inevitability. Yael noticed. "You're hesitating," she said one night. "I'm calculating," I lied. But inside, something was fraying, the border between justice and execution. That arrogance sealed his fate. But it also revealed something I wasn't ready to see. He wasn't planning another attack. He was living, faded, retired, dangerous only in memory. The mission hadn't evolved. We had. That night, as I checked my gear, the truth settled in my throat like glass. We weren't eliminating a threat. We were closing a file. When we breached the villa, it was like walking through a memory already written. Every corner matched the rehearsed layout. Every second passed exactly as planned. Until his eyes met mine. There was no fear, just recognition. A quiet understanding between predators who'd both killed for causes that outlived their meaning. He didn't beg. I didn't hesitate. The silencer coughed once. And for a moment, the entire world went still. The exfil was silent, surgical. By dawn, we were back on the beach, blending into the rhythm of morning joggers. The world carried on, as if nothing had shifted. I filed the debrief myself. Words like success, confirmed, no casualties. Each one drained meaning from what we'd done. Later, in headquarters, I watched the footage. The body, the flash of recognition, the collapse. The room was full of approval, but no one looked me in the eye. They called it justice. But justice doesn't look like relief. It looks like absence, the kind that keeps you awake when the mission's long over. That night, Yael left the after-action meeting first. She didn't say goodbye. Maybe she understood before I did that we hadn't destroyed evil, we'd just maintained equilibrium. I signed the final line, Operation Complete. And in the silence that followed, I realized some victories aren't meant to be won. It's been years since Tunis. The city's probably changed. New walls, new shadows, another man in another villa who thinks he's untouchable. Sometimes I see his face in dreams. Not the man we killed, but the one who planned the killing. He looks like me. I don't feel guilt, that's too simple. What I feel is precision burned into memory. Every step, every glance, every lie rehearsed to perfection. When you spend your life hunting ghosts, you become one. You start to exist only in operations, vanish in peace. They still call it justice, but justice isn't what I brought that night. I brought silence, efficient, final, and untraceable. And as I walk through the city now, years later, I hear the same line echo through my mind. The one I whispered into the radio before we vanished into the sea. Target neutralized. Because in this line of work, mercy is never part of the mission. Only precision is.